Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports. We're here at University Academy, home of the Mighty Griffins. I have the one of the assistant coaches. Who do we have here?
Stuart Wright.
Hey, Coach, tell our audience a little bit about yourself. How long you been playing, coaching, I should say. Uh, how long you been here?
Yes, sir. Well, I've been here currently now going on 3 years. Former Penn Valley Junior College All-American, former University of Central Arkansas Bear. Played down at University of Central Arkansas for 2.5 years. Was a newcomer of the year in the conference. Graduated from Grandview High School in 1996. Played for Coach Jim Draper. Was on the #1 team in the state of Missouri with some pretty good players back in my day. I've been coaching now for about 15 years, boys and girls. Just something that I really enjoy doing. Opportunity to give back, teach the kids the game, teach the kids life skills as well.
How do you see the players differ, or do you see a difference in the players of your era and the players that you're coaching right now?
I do. Back in my era, a lot of us just played off of natural ability. We just spent a lot of time on playgrounds, different parks, just going to meet up with different guys from different neighborhoods, different schools, and we would just play pickup ball from sun up to sundown. Now, some of these kids have trainers. They're being trained 4 or 5 days a week. Kids now seem to be a lot more athletic than we were. The basketball IQ really isn't where it should be, but again, the athleticism now, some of these kids are doing some things that are just unbelievable.
Yeah, that was my next question about the basketball IQ and being students of the game. Do you see that they understand, the current players understand how important it is to become a student of the game, to be an all-around player?
I think some of the kids do understand, but the mass doesn't understand. I think a lot of the kids right now just they think that the ISO dribble, 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 sidestep, penetrate is that's the game. They don't understand how to read defenses. They don't understand how to set other players up and put them in position to score and to facilitate an offense. So the IQ really isn't, like I said, as high as it should be. It's not as high as the IQ of some of the players of my era, but the athleticism is so much more
Superior.
advanced, it's superior, and so they're able to get by because of the athleticism.
All right, now let's get down to meat and potatoes. What's going on here with the Mighty Griffins? What kind of team did you have last year, and what did you do last year?
Last year, we really don't differ too much this year from last year's team. We're a small team, but we're like a pack of hungry hyenas. You know, we really get after it. We pick the ball up, we press, we try to turn you over, and we try to finish off of mistakes and turnovers from the other team.
Would you say you emphasize defense more than the offensive side of the board, or tell our audience your style of play?
Yes, sir. We do emphasize defense greatly because defense wins championships at the end of the day. Offense will sell tickets and it'll get you the hoorah and the oohs and ahs from the crowd, but at the end of the day, the defense is what wins championships.
Do you remember what your record was last year?
I believe it was 25-7.
All right, and how does that stack up against the school's history?
When we first got here, like I said, we've been here 3 years. We first got here the year prior to us getting here. I believe they had only won 4 games, so it was very important that we come in and we establish ground rules, that we establish an identity, that we get the kids' trust so they would buy into what we were selling in order to turn the ship around. And I think we've done a pretty good job of doing that. We've had a pretty good group of kids. When we first got here, we had 8 seniors our first year, so that helped us tremendously because they wanted to win. They wanted to feel what it felt like to win, so it wasn't hard to get them to buy in. But when we lost those 8 seniors, it kind of hurt us. It shifted us a little bit because we had a lot of youth, a lot of inexperience, a lot of immaturity. So we've had to kind of rebuild as far as that is. But we got a good group of kids. They buy into what we're selling. They work hard.
That record speaks for itself.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I was asking, trying to find out, because I didn't think they had the program that they wanted. And
Yes, sir.
I don't follow it like I should, but I see that when you gave me your credentials, uh, now all of this is making sense. Uh, what does this year's crop look like, and are there any specific kids that our audience need to be looking at?
Yes, sir. This year's group is pretty much we lost one senior last year, so it's pretty much the same group that we had last year. Only they've gotten older, so they're more mature. They understand what it takes to get over that hump. We've lost in the district championship game 2 consecutive years.
Who beat y'all?
The first year Hogan beat us, a very, very good Hogan team beat us, and they ended up going on and winning state, and they were stacked. I mean, they had seniors across the board. They really knew what
They
it
had
took to
played
get
together,
there. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
and
They really
they
had.
took some lumps and they was determined.
Yes, sir. And so last year we ended up losing to St. Michael's by 4. We missed 16 free throws. So it was a growing pain. It was a gift and a curse because now I think they're back. They understand what it takes. They're hungry. They're ready to get the job done.
All right. Are there any specific athletes that you would have our audience pay attention to this year from the Griffiths?
Yes, sir. Stephen Strong, very strong point guard. He's played varsity since he was a freshman.
Didn't he get some accolades last year?
Yes, sir. He did. He was all state. He was all state as a sophomore. He was conference player of the year. He almost averaged a triple double for us. So he was really big. If he stays healthy, he'll be our leader. He'll carry
integral part of your
Yes,
offense
sir.
and your play.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, it was a pleasure having you on the show, and I'm looking forward to having you on our Coach's Corner show because it seems like you're very knowledgeable. You
Yes,
have a
sir.
lot of experience, and you hometown, just like
Yes, sir.
Cascade Sports. One last thing, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this. Cascade Sports is known as home of the student athlete. How important is these kids getting their education, and do you promote that as a coach?
Yes, sir. It's very important that kids get education. The term student athlete is student before the athlete, so it's very essential that they pay attention, that they do their work, that they study, that they're prepared in the classroom because the classroom is like the court. When you're in practice, you have to study. You have to study. When it's game time, that's your test, and if you don't do well on that test, then you'll take a L.
All right. It was a pleasure having you on the show. And
Yes,
we look
sir.
forward to covering the Griffins this season.
Yes, sir. Thank
All
you.
righty.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.